Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Crow here with Crow Archery and Motorcycle Adventures, and today I wanted to do a video talking a little bit about your commitment and how it seems today that a lot of men and women tend to give their commitment away freely, and especially to the wrong individuals. Now, before we get started today, I just want to say thank you all for the love and support that you guys have given me throughout this past year. I wish all of you nothing but the best and happy everything. I mean, I feel like I could have come up with some more creative, but whatever. All right, so jumping right in, what we're going to talk about is giving your commitment away. Now, something that we see in society a lot of is promoting this idea of simping, or promoting this idea of worshiping the ground that a significant other works on. Now, here's the thing. You need to quit that shit. That's so stupid. It's dumb. Now, I understand, being faithful. I understand being respectful. But you have to understand something. When you worship the ground someone walks on, or if you simp for them, they do not respect you. Now, I'm sure someone out there would love to argue that point, but the reality of the situation is they don't. When it comes to respecting an individual has to respect themselves enough to be able to walk away. They have to respect themselves enough to understand their worth. And our worth is so much more than bowing down and worshiping the ground that someone walks on. Now, I understand a lot of that boils down to your lack of confidence within yourself, because that's truly what it is. It's confidence. And I've said this before, and I will die on this hill. The difference between arrogance and confidence is that being confident within yourself is believing in yourself. Being arrogant is being full of yourself. Now, with that being said, you have to remember that in order for anyone to respect you, you have to be able to full-blown respect yourself, which in today's world and society is just a rare quality that we find within people. Now, moving on more into commitment. Now, I am speaking of all people. I do not want to come off as if I am bashing women or if I am bashing men, but the reality of the situation is, ladies and gentlemen, 95% of people that you encounter in your life do not deserve your commitment. And that's why you see a lot of relationships nowadays fail, is, people are giving away their commitment to people who are frankly non-deserving of it. And with that being said, how do you go about, making sure that you give your commitment to the right people? Well, that is simple. You have to stay on your purpose. And as I've said before, being on your purpose is doing the things that fulfill you with personal enjoyment. Not the most money, but the most enjoyment. You will feel the change, and you will feel it within yourself when you are on your purpose. Now, being on your purpose, you have to understand, realistically, is going to put you in situations where you are alone. And there is no greater position of power that you can be in when you are alone. Being alone forces you to see the forest through the trees, as the old saying goes. It forces you to step back and take a cold, hard look at yourself. And giving your commitment to someone, you have to ask yourself a question. Are these people living up to my standards and not dumbing me down to theirs? Seriously, ask yourself that question. And something that I want to encourage all of you is to study yourself, study others around you. Okay, now as far as women go, a lot of men are not able to pick up on the subtle clues and the subtle hints that you guys drop, especially when you're checking them out. Women have a tendency of being like snipers. You know what I mean? Like you guys have the ability to check us out, and 9 times out of 10, we have no idea of you're doing it, whether that means that you're giving us direct eye contact, whether you're putting yourself within proximity of us, wanting us to approach you. Now, men, on the other hand, if you learn these signs, you will be able to encounter women checking you out. It happens a lot more than what you think. And you have to ask yourselves, are these women truly worthy of you approaching them and even investing your time into? Because the reality of the situation is most of them aren't worth your time, man. They really aren't. And that's not me bashing women. That is actually just talking about people as a whole. I think something that every one of us can agree on is that most people truly are not worth your time or your investment, whether it be financially, emotionally, physically. They truly aren't. And the same goes for men too. I mean, most guys out here, they're really not worth investing your time into. I'm not saying that all of them are, but the reality is most people out here are not worth your time. By the time you get older, and as you get older, you start to recognize that your circle of friends gets smaller and smaller. And most of the time, as far as people you can trust, you'll be able to count on one hand. And most of the time, you're not even using your entire hand. Now, I'm not saying that, there are not people out here that are not worthy of your trust. That's true. I mean, there are people out here that are worthy of your trust. But you have to be willing to take the high road and go down the long road of understanding that you can't just jump into relationships with people that you really don't even know. And that's a big problem within society. We want to base our relationships upon our physical attraction to another human. Well, the problem with that is that you end up getting in a relationship with a total fucking stranger. Pardon me. But just watch out for that. And always remember that you are going to attract what you reflect. If you reflect a lot of respect within yourself, you will attract people that also respect themselves. But if you are doing things that just show you have no respect for yourself, those are the kind of people you are going to attract into your life. Now, that's not to say that people of lower quality are not going to try to attempt to come into your life, because that is totally true. Evil forces will try to throw you off of your purpose. And it's up to you to stick to your guns and stay disciplined enough to be able to see things for what they are. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. If you like today's message, do all those things. Share the video. Try to get the word out there. I love y'all. Much love. Stay safe.